I think we're gonna do one with Gary next, and
Oh, Gary goes on and on.
Oh, he has meaning to everything
I'm
and
gonna
a
tell you,
story for
first time-
everything.
You know, I don't play any instruments, but I really do love music, and I can name every song from the 80s.
Well, let me tell you, first time that I heard Tempted, well, I believe, no, actually, it was Muscle from Michelle, which was from the album R.G. Bargy, which was on A&M Records and tapes. It was very good. It was before they actually had their big hit Tempted, and you could tell that there was greatness on the horizon.
Right, yeah. Oh, I could just hear it. Let me
whenever
play that song that when he cries about Elton John.
Oh shit! What was that? Crying?
Whenever I hear that song, I cry, both.
Oh, yeah. Which song was that? Is it? Oh, my
It's a
goodness.
very beautiful song, and I cry. But I remember I saw Steely Dan at the Beacon. This was going back 10 years ago. First time I heard this song. And then I said to Lucas and Jackson, come see the song. And we went to a Steely Dan. And then when I was on Rock and Roll Jeopardy, which is not to be confused with regular Jeopardy, that the Rock and Roll Jeopardy, we saw this song Steely Dan. Then, blah, 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 and blah, blah, blah.
And did you know that Larry Carlton, the guitar player on the song, I believe it might have been on Asia, he was shot in the head and had to relearn how to play the guitar again.
I worked in a record store for the first 2 years of the Roosevelt Field. This is when they didn't have a swiggy buzzer.
And it's very
And then-
difficult to steal albums because the black people did not have pants big enough to include an album in their pants. So they were limited to 45s and 45 record adapters.
I worked in the record store, and I loved it because I got to see all the new releases when they came in.
And I got to read all the great magazines. There were more magazines back then. Did you know that there was a magazine called Crawdaddy?
And Cream. And I was
that's right.
not to be confused with the band Cream, which of course was Ginger Baker, Eric Clapton, and Jack Bruce.
That's right.
Which any true music aficionado would love.
And did you know that Ginger Baker owned a recording studio in Africa where Paul McCartney recorded Band on the Run? But I'm getting ahead of myself.
Did you know that Eric Clapton formed his own rehab on a private island for very wealthy rock stars?
Did you know Savoy Truffle from the Beatles' White Album was written because Eric Clapton had bad dental habits and all his teeth were rotten in his head?
Do you know that Emerson, Lake and Palmer, their first album, was one of the first albums I ever got?
Did you know that Emerson, Lake and Palmer's Lucky Man was a joke song that Greg Lake wrote at 14 years old?
Did you know that? Oh, wait.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah, go ahead.
I went to talk to Maroon 5, and when I came out, this was going on. What happened?
What happened?
How did we get here?
We're talking about if you do playlists.
I am doing it. The next one.
Yeah.
Gary Palin.
Can you get your voice back before you do the playlist?
Absolutely.
Yeah. We're just describing what it's going to be like because you're so verbose when it comes to music, and you don't even play a musical instrument. You don't know anything about music.
So neither. So what?
I play many instruments.
Wait, so you're not allowed to talk about?
No,
music?
I'm just saying we just know exactly what it's going to be.
No, you don't.
Steely Dan's Pretzel Logic was the first album I worked at when I worked at the record store at Roosevelt Field.
Not it.
After that, Steely Dan was the first concert I saw at Beacon. But I went with my brother, and then we went and we bought the album. Then
Why don't you do it, and I'll just not do it?
I think Fred and I can handle your.
yeah.
Did you know that on the back of one of the Steely Dan record albums, it might have been with Katie Lyde, there is a studio picture of everybody sitting around the control room. And if you look very closely at the base of the control board, there is a hand that doesn't seem to belong to anybody in that picture.
No, it's just that you love to talk about music.
Well, that's
And your music isn't even that good. Like
that's your opinion. I don't think
some
your
of the
music is that
songs.
good.
No, mine is. Wait till my playlist comes out.
Yeah.